North to northeast winds 15 to 25 knots, becoming east to southeast 20 to 30 knots. Seas 7 to 12 feet. Friday night. South to southeast winds 25 to 35 knots, becoming southwest 30 to 40 knots. Seas 10 to 17 feet. Saturday. West to northwest winds 25 to 35 knots. Seas 10 to 18 feet. Saturday night. North to northwest winds 15 to 25 knots, becoming north 5 to 15 knots. Seas 10 to 18 feet. Baltimore Canyon to Hatteras Canyon out to 36 north, 70 west, to 34 north, 71 west. Gale warning. Today. West to northwest winds 25 to 35 knots. Seas 10 to 16 feet. Tonight. Northwest winds 25 to 35 knots, becoming north 15 to 25 knots. Seas 9 to 15 feet. Wednesday. North to northeast winds 5 to 15 knots, becoming south to southeast. Seas 6 to 11 feet. Wednesday night. South winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 6 to 10 feet. Chance of rain with visibility 1 nautical miles or less. Thursday. South to southwest winds 20 to 30 knots, becoming west to southwest 25 to 35 knots. Seas 7 to 11 feet. Thursday night. North to northwest winds 10 to 20 knots, becoming east to northeast. Seas 6 to 10 feet. Friday. East to southeast winds 15 to 25 knots, becoming south to southwest 20 to 30 knots. Seas 7 to 11 feet. Friday night. South to southwest winds 30 to 40 knots. Seas 10 to 17 feet. Saturday. West to northwest winds 20 to 30 knots. Seas 10 to 18 feet. Saturday night. Northwest winds 5 to 15 knots, becoming north to northwest 10 to 20 knots. Seas 8 to 13 feet. Hatteras Canyon to Cape Fear out to 34 north, 71 west to 32 north, 73 west. Gale force winds possible Thursday. Today. West to northwest winds 20 to 30 knots. Seas 8 to 13 feet. Tonight. North to northwest winds 10 to 20 knots, becoming north to northeast. Seas 7 to 12 feet. Wednesday. East to southeast winds 10 to 20 knots, becoming south to southeast. Seas 6 to 10 feet. Wednesday night. South winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 5 to 9 feet. Thursday. South to southwest winds 15 to 25 knots, becoming west 25 to 35 knots. Seas 6 to 11 feet. Thursday night. West winds 10 to 20 knots, becoming southwest. Seas 5 to 9 feet. Friday. Southwest winds 25 to 35 knots. Seas 7 to 12 feet. Friday night. Southwest winds 30 to 40 knots. Seas 10 to 17 feet. Saturday. West winds 20 to 30 knots. Seas 10 to 17 feet. Saturday night. West to northwest winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 11 feet. Cape Fear to 31 north, out to 32 north, 73 west to 31 north, 74 west. Gale force winds possible Thursday. Today. West winds 20 to 30 knots. Seas 8 to 13 feet. Tonight. West winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 10 feet. Wednesday, east to southeast winds 5 to 15 knots, becoming south to southeast. Seas 4 to 8 feet. Wednesday night, south to southwest winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 5 to 8 feet. Thursday, west to southwest winds 20 to 30 knots, becoming west 25 to 35 knots. Seas 6 to 11 feet. Thursday night, south to southwest winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 5 to 9 feet. Friday, southwest winds 25 to 35 knots. Seas 8 to 13 feet. Friday night, southwest winds 25 to 35 knots. Seas 9 to 16 feet. Saturday, west winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 8 to 14 feet. Saturday night, west to northwest winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 9 feet. Forecaster Collins, Ocean Prediction Center. POC Command Duty Officers //SLT-WACEN, Norfolk, Virginia, LOC, Norfolk, Virginia, /tel 7572-444-7583 /email FWC Norfolk CDO@Navy Mil//RMKSF-ZNT31KNHC281316OFF N20 Marine Weather HF Voice Broadcast National Weather Service National Hurricane Center Miami, Florida 8:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Tuesday, February 28, 2023 Marine Weather HF Voice Broadcast for the tropical North Atlantic from 07 north to 22 north between 55 west and 64 west. The southwest North Atlantic south of 31 north west of 65 west, including Bahamas and the Caribbean Sea. Seas given a significant wave height, which is the average height of the highest one-third of the waves. Individual waves may be more than twice the significant wave height. Synopsis for Caribbean Sea and tropical North Atlantic from 07 north to 19 north between 55 west and 64 west. Synopsis: the pressure gradient between high pressure north of the area and the Colombian low will support fresh to strong trade winds over the south Central Caribbean through Saturday. These winds will expand northward into the north central basin on Thursday. Pulsing winds to minimal gale force are likely Wednesday night and Thursday night off the coast of Colombia. Fresh to strong winds are expected in the Gulf of Honduras at night through Wednesday. By Thursday, these winds will become strong to near gale force and spread over the northwestern basin. Moderate long-period north swell will impact the northeastern Caribbean and passages most of this week. Northwest Caribbean west of 85 west. Today, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Tonight, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 20 to 30 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Friday, southeast winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 7 to 10 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 6 to 9 feet. Saturday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots, seas 6 to 9 feet. Saturday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Caribbean north of 15 north, between 72 west and 85 west. Today, south of 18 north, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Elsewhere, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to less than 10 knots in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet south of 18 north and 3 feet elsewhere. Tonight, east winds 10 to 15 knots. South of 18 north, seas 4 to 6 feet. Elsewhere, seas 2 feet or less, building to 3 feet after midnight. Wednesday, east winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet south of 18 north and 3 to 4 feet elsewhere. Wednesday night, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet.